Yes, sir. What's up?
Boy, I'm there. What is happening? What is happening in Jamaica, Raleigh?
Well, the big news today, I don't know if it is big news, there's big research today,
Yes.
is that the government's own figures are confirming that the country is in a steep recession.
Yes? What kind of
Government
figures they drop?
These are the numbers. I don't know if them drop them hide them, and you have to do a research to find them.
Talk to me.
These are the revenue numbers from April to May.
Yes.
And what the numbers are telling us is that the government are projected to collect 192.5 billion in tax revenues and grants.
Yes.
And they only collected 172 billion, so they were 20.4 billion behind, 10.6% behind.
Yeah.
Tax revenues came out at 163 billion when they wanted 185 billion, so they were 22 billion behind in terms of tax revenues. That's 11.8% behind.
So that's $40 billion behind.
No, that's 22 billion behind. Revenues and grants are what? We're talking about tax revenues itself now.
Yeah.
Yep, they were 22 billion behind in tax revenues. Grants, they were ahead in grants. They wanted 396 million. They got 501 million in grants. So
million or billion?
Million in grants.
Million? US or Jamaican?
Jamaican dollars. Grants. That's the money they get free.
Yeah, but that can't make up the $20 billion shortfall.
No, that can't. No. That's about the shortfall. So
yeah.
what them do is that them spend 191.8 billion, 12 billion less than the 203 billion that they plan to spend. That's 5.9% less.
So they're underspending again?
Yeah, man. So the wage bill was 80 billion when it should have been 81 billion at the time. And in terms of capital expenditure, they only spent 9 billion when the original plan was 11 billion. The fiscal deficit was 11 billion when it should have been 19 billion, so they underspend again there. And when you look at the areas of revenues, it is astonishing. Almost every year tax revenues were down. So that tells you about the recession that we have. For example, income and profits tax. That's the tax they collect from people who work.
Yes.
They expected 59 billion, they only collected 77 billion. That was 24%, 18.8 billion.
They expected how much?
77.8 billion.
Yeah, and they collected?
59 billion, 18.8 billion less, 24 billion. So that tells you something. People losing jobs or the employers collecting the money and not turning it over. But this is more about the people losing their work. So more people are losing work that we know. Because if you collect income, less income tax, that's how you collect at source.
Yeah.
So it's either the people are losing work or the employers are paying something with it. But if you look on the employers tax, they expect to collect 39.9 billion from the private sector. They only collected 27 billion. That was 30.9% less. You follow me?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so it tells.
So with all of this shortfall rally and the new taxes that they had, what going mats out then? Or this going mats out?
It now go mats out because the economy in a recession. Production and consumption taxes, GCT. They had expected to collect 50.8 billion, they only collected 49 billion.
Blood fire.
Yep. The environmental levy that you're talking about, they were expecting 6 billion, they only collected 2 billion so far. That is 66.5%. The problem actually is that almost every year of tax collection is done by large amounts. Yeah? The environmental levy, as I tell you, SCT local 66% down. That is a special consumption tax. That's a tax on fuel.
Yeah.
They're expected to collect 6.4 billion, only collected 2 billion, 66.5% less. Environmental levy, they expected 326 million, only collected 299 million, 1.6% less. Yeah? In terms of the travel tax, they expected to collect 6 billion, they only collected 3.9 billion, 35% down. The environmental levy, they expected 1.4 billion, they only collected 989
How much environmental levy we have?
Yeah, that's great.
Because you call about 3 environmental levies so far?
Yep. Yeah, man. Yep. So all of the years, the major years.
So let me ask you something. Have you had up all of them shortfall there and see how much we really short?
No, man, the total is the 22 billion. I don't think they come up to the
so that's the 22 billion. 22 billion with a B shortfall in government revenue.
Man. Yeah, man. And the thing is that it's widespread. It's almost in every area. So it's telling you that something really, really, really wrong in terms of the economy. It's not going to concentrate in any one year. The big years of collection, like the income tax and the company tax and the GCT, those big years, all those years are down because the travel tax and all of them categories.
Everything.
That's something really wrong, yes. Accommodation tax also down. Education, that's the hotel tax now, down by 21.7%. Education tax down by 8.1%. Yeah. Stamp duty down by 7.2%. Yeah. International trade taxes down by 2.4%. Customs duty down by 8.4%. Everything down.
And somebody's trying to tell us that the country is not in a recession. Or some sort of recession, some kind of way. Technically.
Yeah.
Where we going to make up them shortfall, Raleigh? What we going to do?
You can't make them up unless the economy starts growing again.
You mentioned something about salary that we expected to pay. How much for salaries?
81.6 billion, and so far it's only 80.1 billion.
So how we pay less?
1.5 billion shortfall.
So how
1.9.
So is it that we hope people or some people lose their job?
Well, it's either hope people or people lose their work.
Yeah, because that should go through to farm.
Yeah, man. There's no other way. Your capital budget down, your programs budget down, everything down.
And the government is also spending less than what they plan to spend on infrastructure.
Yeah, man.
But that
even the primary surplus, even the amount of money, that's not less than the whole thing I backfire now. Even the amount of money that them say them have paid out for the debt, them pay less. So them say originally them have paid 19 billion for the debt. They only were able to pay 6.7 billion.
What?
So the whole thing of all
Hold on. Come back with that again.
Primary surplus, they was projected to pay 19.8 billion on the debt. They were only able to pay 6.7 billion on the debt.
Why?
So they were six because they collected enough money. And then can't cut the thing no more without the thing collapsing.
So let me ask you this. The days when we used to overpay upon the debt, how is that benefiting us now? Where's the benefit from that? What benefit have we derive from?
All right. Yeah, the benefit for them tell the country say that. Them tell the country say, when it's not, it's going to be easy for you to mobilize money. But they mobilize money and I use the money.
Hey, boy. Yep. Well, on there. Obi up on the line. Let me bring him in. Obi, you hear all of that?
We're in a full-blown recession right
Obi, they now believe still a Ralston sister, so they now believe.
Well, that's why I tell them we got to find themselves. In all my 40 years, I've never seen declines in revenue so widespread in every area. Never seen it like this before.
Hold on. Where's the rally? In your 40 years in
all
this
my
business?
40 years, of course, Omar Davies and all of that, I've never seen the decline in revenue so widespread in every area. Never. It's shocking.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness, we need to talk to you. We need to talk to you. Go ahead, Obi.
Good. That is why we're clinical, Colin, in the way we do things, methodical. That's why I asked what those money are earmarked to do.
Well, to shore up, because they know what's going in terms of revenue collection, so they're going to use it to shore up the Ministry of Finance and the government's coffers. But those are temporary things, because as long as the economy continues to melt down, then those are just temporary relief, because you're not getting at the source. The source is that the economy is in a speed recession. I need to get the economy going.
Wow.
This is in every area, I can tell you. Every single area.
Should we expect for this search to continue, for the government to continue to search to see which other agency may have some cash there that they can remove? Should we expect more of this?
Yeah, but that's not going to help us. We don't want more of that.
No,
because all of that means that it'll come back to the general public.
But Raleigh, what Obi is saying, will they do it? Because we don't see them looking at anything else.
Yeah, they will do it. But remember, we don't come back to.
Yeah, but that's what Obi has said. Where else you think they're going to raid?
Well, I don't know because everywhere I lose money, so I don't know if them are raid.
So what's the fear of spending that money that the multilaterals have available to us? What is the fear?
The tax on dividend was down by 32.8%. The tax on individuals were down by 58%. So the tax on dividend tell you what going on the stock market. The tax on individuals down by 58%. The tax on interest down by 22%. So that tell you what going on the bond market. Every market I get licked.
But the bank said people are borrowing less.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm.
Good. Colin.
Yeah.
Raleigh, is there a window? Is there a sunset on this money in terms of us drawing down it and utilizing it?
Nothing is happening.
But what Obi is saying, that is there a sunset on it? Is there a time that we have to take it before a certain time?
No.
But is it then that the government not moving at this time because there is no election in the offing and so on, so they are basically having this money there for some future plan? What is it? Because it before the mind as to where we are heading based on those numbers that you have just trotted out and so on, and the government moving with alacrity to utilize these funds. So what could it be? Is there anything that you are picking up in your crystal ball as to maybe the reason why they are not moving?
No, because what I said, if the strategy is to wait until the economy crash, then that's not a good strategy. So maybe because them think the Jamaican people resilient, because they tell the Jamaican people that, and the Jamaican people think it's something good they must tell them. So maybe they must say the people buy this thing that they're resilient and they can. Yeah?
We're resilience and long suffering.
Yeah. So maybe the people then buy into that and they must say we can go and hold on until the elections are here. Yep.
Wow. Quite a bit to chew on there.
But Raleigh, if this continue, we're not going to see a downgrading of our ratings by the ratings agencies.
Most certainly. This is not a good situation. Most certainly.
And you are saying that they are hiding this rally?
No, well, they're on the site, but they know say enough people have access to the site and everything. They know say.
So
they know say enough people have access.
We know you are the financial man at the RJ Aglina Communications Group. Will these be released in the financial report coming up on that big
tomorrow morning? Yep. Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning
and certain certain rally, I will ensure that I mention those numbers a little bit earlier than you. Well, I'm sure these numbers.
No, they will be in the 7 o'clock news tomorrow morning.
Oh, the 7.
So you're not going to be able to beat it.
I was hoping to steal a march on it, but certainly I won't.
You won't be able to unless you change your time on the radio. But Raleigh. For those who are just joining us, and everybody give the video a like for me, please. We are almost at 1,200 viewers. Give the video a like. We should be at 1,000 likes by now. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, like, and share. You are watching Portland Spice TV, and we have with us the top financial analysts anywhere on media. Raleigh, tell the people again what you found today with the Jamaican economy. It is in tatters, people. Listen to Ralston Hyman again.
Well, the government own revenue numbers from April to May is telling us that there's a massive shortfall of 20.37 billion in revenues and grants, 22 billion in tax revenues. They wanted to collect 192.5 billion in revenues and grants. They collected 172 billion April to May. Tax revenues came in at 163.74 billion. They wanted 185 billion. As a result of that shortfall, they only spent 191.83 billion. When the plan was to spend $203.94 billion. The fiscal deficit, difference between what they pulled in and what they spent, it was supposed to be 19.7 billion. It came out at 11.45 billion. The primary surplus, which is their key number, the amount of money that they used to service the debt, it was supposed to be 19.8 billion. They only paid 6.7 billion. The ratings agencies, they are not going to like that. Almost every area of tax revenues were down. Income and profits tax, they expected 77.8 billion. They came in 18.8 billion short at 24%. They only collected 59 billion. Company taxes came in at 27.55 billion. They expected $39 billion. Yeah? The tax on individuals, they expected 2.1 billion. They only collected 852 million. That was 68% down. Tax on interest, they expected 6.6. They only collected 5.1. That was 22% down. Yeah? The environmental levy, they expected to collect 326, they only collect 299, that was 8.1% down. SCT local, that's a tax on fuel, they expected 6.39 billion, they only collected 2.91 billion, that was 66% below what they expected. Yeah, travel tax, they expected 6.1, they only collected 3.9, that was 35% below what they expected. On environmental levy, they expected 1.5, they only collected 989 million, that was 33.4% below budget. Customs duty, one of the biggest tax, they only collected 11.2 billion, they expected 12.31, that was 8.8% down. International trade taxes, another one of the favorite taxes, they expected 57 billion, they only collected 55 billion, 3.4% below budget. Stamp duty, they expected to collect 768 million, they only collected 703 million, 8.4% below what they budgeted for. Stamp duty local, they expected 1.6 billion, they only collected 1.5 billion, 7.2% below budget. Yep. So, education tax, they expected 9.6 billion from the education tax, they only collected 8.8 billion, 8.1% below budget. The hotel tax, they expected 608 million, they only collected 476 million, that was 21.7% below what they budgeted for. Widespread, right across the board.
The recession is deepening, Raleigh.
Yeah, man, deepening. Yeah.